kind of getting to know each other. This might be like a Spurs Heat type of thing from back in the day, but
It wouldn't
happening
matter if we
far
were
too
healthy,
early.
though. That's the part that it wouldn't have mattered if we were healthy.
Yeah, yeah,
It
no,
wouldn't have mattered.
it really wouldn't have. All right, guys. So your best case scenario for what happens for Game 7? What your linchpin thing that gives us a victory? I'll start
We
with
have
you,
a big
Bam.
we have a big first quarter.
Got to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the one thing that I'll say that I think that hasn't really been said about the series is the Nets have proven that if they're down, they can come back against the Bucks. I don't know if this, but we haven't really seen the reverse. Which all that is to say is, as Bam just said, if the Nets get off to a big start, I'd like to see if the Bucks have the horses to get back into it, or if they're gonna get tight. Because let's be real, like today, the Bucks got bailed out by the Nets either making us having a stupid foul or missing a three when they started getting close, and so we haven't really gotten to see like what the Bucks are like when their backs are against the wall in the middle of the game. So
Well, their backs were kind of against the wall tonight. They lose tonight, they're out of there.
oh no, I'm just saying no, that
Yeah, but they
because
were
the
up
Nets
10 the
started
whole game.
because the Nets started so poorly, it never even mattered.
True.
I mean, they got to be in cruise control for the rest of the game. So
Yeah,
that's
they were
why
up 10. Yeah. They're up 10 the whole game.
like I mean, they were up 18-5. Like that within itself is ridiculous. Like I mean, the
Yeah.
Nets had like 12 points with like 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, and a lot of that had to do with the fact that Joe Harris could not hit an open shot. Like he missed, and it's just so heavy. It's like adding weight onto the other player's shoulders when you can't hit an open shot, and that's all you're there for is to hit open threes. And you could just see that he just has I wouldn't call it a hitch, it's a hesitation. Like he gets it, he gets in his head, he shoots it. It looks like everything looks normal, but when you see the trajectory, see it bang off the back of the rim, it's like you're not right, dude.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
He hits the one at the end of the fucking first quarter, and it doesn't count.
That's just the kind of game it was. But yo,
look, things are bleak when the guy who led the league in 3-point percentage were like absolutely thrilled out of their minds when he hits one. Like Nets Twitter erupts when he hits a three today, and this is the guy who was is now in the record books as like the third best or best free throw percentage shooter ever.
I hope they kill him in the papers.
Like I think that's the thing that's kind of going under the radar. We're so used to talking about like chokes from like a star perspective. I mean, this guy is legitimately he's now taken enough threes. He's been in the league long enough. He would be considered one of the best 3-point shooters in history, and he's shooting 20% from three, like 20.
Yeah, and it's not even like it's good defense. They're changing his shot. They're in his face. They can't even defend him because they exert so much energy trying to stop Durant.
It clogs everything else up. I've been tweeting for the entire year that if you look at the stats for Nets games, when most of the games that they lost were games when Harris shot poorly. It doesn't mean that they couldn't win without that, but when they lost, if you look, those were usually Harris's worst shooting games. There's something about him getting into a rhythm and everybody having to be honest and sticking on him, and there's something devastating about when you have those stars, and then even if those stars are missing, but then they kick out to another shooter and it's always basically money, like it just adds a different dimension. And what he's done to this team, that's why I've been so harsh. Like people think that I'm like obsessed with this Harris thing, but like, dude, if you go from relying on a guy who's legitimately a 50% 3-point shooter to a guy who's now at 20%, that's like not like a little thing. That's massive.
That's gigantic. That's gigantic.
Yeah, like that's not. That someone would say like, oh no, what, like he shot 50% and now he's at 38, so he had a drop. Like we're talking about 50 to 20.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Give me your Game 7 prediction, Sam.
I'm gonna say I think it's I think
No,
the
no.
Bucks-
Speak. Don't take all your fan shit out of it. Take all you're a normal guy. You're not Sam the Nets fan. You're a normal guy on the street that watches a lot of basketball, and you've been watching these two teams. Give me your Game 7 prediction from the brain, not the heart.
From the brain, I'd probably say Bucks win by a couple of points. I think the game is close. I think the officiating probably leans towards the Nets more than it has been, which helps the Nets, even though they're offensively not really there. But I don't know if they have the horses, and it's also been a lot of wear and tear on the two top guys.
All right, Bam, give me your from the heart prediction. I mean, from your brain prediction.
I don't know, man. I'm totally dejected at this moment, but I shouldn't be because I knew this was coming. I'll give you one spoiler. I'll be bombed at 11 o'clock one way or the other. It's whether it's at the game or not, or in euphoria, or just violent rage. That's a spoiler. I don't know. I'm gonna go with my heart, and I'm gonna say Joe gets us off to a good start. He hits a couple, and we somehow find a way. But I don't say that with much authority.
Well, I want everybody to listen to me. I want you to hear me. This is coming from my brain. This is not coming from my heart. This is my good sense and logic. We have the very best player. It's not even close. It's not even like, what we've seen so far is KD passing the baton on to Giannis or something foolish like that. We have the very best player. We have guys who want to win. It's our time. I really believe it's our time. Like this would hurt more than anything else because these guys are younger than us and we have to play them again next year. It's not time to lose to them. It's our time. The Nets will win the next game by 12 points. Write that down. Everybody, New York City's. My name is at Eve Darbouz. That is my partners at Samuel LaChow and at Pass First #1 ST11 on Twitter. Get at us. We're gonna be active. We're gonna participate in some of these chats on Twitter. We're not giving up. We're gonna win this fucking thing. Say peace, fellas.
Peace. Go Nets. Go Nets.
You guys gotta be all more than happier to that. You guys sound so dejected. We're gonna win this fucking thing. Fuck that.